Puck? You know, what do you think Hydra want to be going for next?
That's a tough question. You played it in the mid lane last time around. I think Ascol does feel pretty confident going for it. I'd go for a Zeus again. I think X3 have worse heroes to deal with the Zeus than they had in the previous game. You had the Ember, which is pretty much the same as the Puck, just doesn't give you the team fight. And you have the... you don't have the Bane to constantly be catching you around the map when you're split pushing. So I think that you're quite okay with the Zeus being a position 2. Now with the Faceless Void coming out, the team fight for Hydra is going to be even more insane. They have so many tools to constantly fight. The Mars gives you this. He's a team fight hero, but also he's really good at catch. Zeus and the Shadow Shaman obviously good at catching and bursting down heroes. And then you have the Faceless Void, which is a hero that is really good against... non-tanky heroes, and Puck, Monkey King, Jakiro, they don't really seem like super tanky heroes to me. Plus with the Chronosphere, you're kind of stopping the Solar Guardian at least from hitting. In the end, you don't stop the heal though.
Does it not still have the stun? If you Chronosphere over the Solar Guardian comes over the Chronosphere, do you still you still get the stun from the Dawnbreaker, right?
Yeah, but I think after the chrono ends, she kind of stops in time, and bam, when the time comes back up.
Okay.
That's the way it works.
Yeah, because I've never seen that interaction, because the Faceless Void isn't really popular he's not really been popular since Dawnbreaker came back into the meta, so it's one of those things that I wasn't sure about. But they ban out the Enigma, they ban out the Juggernaut, the Enchantress is gone. Bristleback Scarith, as well as the Tiny, they're completely gone as well. Looking at this X3, do they need to then look to, if the Mars is coming out, the Zeus is coming out, you know, that's going to be some really good area control. The Faceless Void follows up with the Chronosphere, the Shadow Shaman, going to be able to hit those towers. So X3 again, do they need to be ramping up quickly? Do they need to be looking for those early skirmishes, those early ganks to get like a good lead coming into the team fights when they start to come out?
Yeah, I would like for them to get a better lead in this game, because it was shown that Hydra can read the map better, and this in the previous game, and this time around Hydra have better catch around the map. On the other note, you know, this time around X3 they have a lot more team fight. They actually have ways of surviving the chrono, you know, Aeon Discs plus the Solar Guardian heal. If the Dawnbreaker would go for something like an Axe, you can definitely survive through that chrono. If the Puck is outside of the chrono or the Monkey King, they can chase down the Zeus, prevent him from doing a lot of damage in it. So, you know, I wouldn't say that it is as scary for them as it was in the previous game, but considering that the catch of Hydra is better, I think that is something that they should be concerned about more so than the later portions of the game.
Yeah, and I'm just looking as well. You can see X3, they're banning out the Pugner and the Lich. So they are thinking this is going to be another mid-Zeus. The Beastmaster goes here from Hydra. So yeah, I suppose it makes sense. Okay, you do have the Mars, you have the Zeus that's going to be able to clear through creeps. But once those Ancient starts to come out, you know, you don't really have that clear ability coming through from Hydra, unless the Faceless Void wants to go for something like a Maelstrom into the Melania. You've got the Shadow Shaman, I guess, with the Ether Shock. But in fact, that is a question. What does the Faceless Void with this game? Does he want to be building into a little bit more of a farming item with the Battle Fury or the Maelstrom coming out early on, or does he want to go for something a little bit more fighty? What is it the Faceless wants to get on early on in this game?
Mask, Maelstrom, BKB. Those are your items for the Faceless Void. But and then you're probably gonna go for a Scotty, especially dealing with the Dawnbreaker and the Lone Druid in particular. But this is a pretty interesting pick coming up from X3. I have to say I wasn't expecting it. I was maybe thinking maybe they go for a carry Monkey King, but no, it's mostly gonna be him scouting. That is gonna be the goal of this hero in the game, and I'm okay with that, considering if you find this use, if you are able to hunt him down. The problem is, you know, if the Puck isn't there, the Zeus is not gonna be in any trouble. Monkey King setting up for a Dawnbreaker to come in, that's not gonna be good enough. So you only have to be afraid of where the Puck is. X3 with this Lone Druid, they're going for a let's be able to push down towers fast enough. They still have heroes supports like in the last game that can kind of invade the enemy jungle, and they would like to get the same amount of lead, and then with the Lone Druid the towers are gonna fall faster. The problem I see is once the Zeus gets the shard, that bear, the Spirit Bear, is gonna be food for the Zeus. He just destroys him. So that is why I'm just not the biggest fan of the last pick of X3. It's cool, but I can see a Zeus being a big issue for the hero.
Yeah, and I suppose as well, you're still going to have, if you can get on top of the lone druid with the face of war, time walk to that back line, get on top of the lone druid, get that chronosphere off and kill off, and again, Phoenix being able to do percentage health based damage as well coming through. So it is going to be Koval on that Phoenix, Asgold in the mid lane on the Zeus. Looking at this lineup, Hydra, yeah, to me, it looks pretty scary on not how they deal with the Burr, but how they can get to the back lines and deal with this lone druid before the Burr can really start to get effective in these fights.
Yeah, but now you have the Phoenix. It is actually going to be a carry Monkey King, so no vision giving. Rink playing the Dawnbreaker means that he is definitely going to be going for a Aghanim Scepter. So surviving through the damage of Hydra is going to be the name of the game for X3. They do have some tanky heroes, Lone Druid and his ulti with the Dawnbreaker healing him. He is going to be able to survive for a long time, but I just don't know if this is the way to go, thinking that you are going to be... you're going to be surviving the damage from a Zeus, Phoenix, and the Void in like 25-30 minutes into the game. I just don't see it happening, even with the Dawnbreaker having an axe, let's say. So I'm thinking X3, they did go for their comfort picks. Shergarat, he loves his lone druid, but I just don't see them getting a win in this one. If they don't completely and utterly trash Hydra in this game, which, there's not a big skill discrepancy between the teams, I can see there being a big problem in them surviving in the later portions of this game.
Okay, well, we're about to get into the second game. Let's see how X3 are going to do up against this here, because they are on the back foot. So, are we in? We are in. It looks completely correct to me. Yep, okay. Yeah, so looking through, there's going to be another smoke coming through from Hydra now. Again, how do you think this... I mean, because the Shadow Shaman usually opts for the Earthshock level 1, right? You're going to have maybe the Koval going for the Fiery Spirits come through. But is there really a real threat from the side of Hydra on that level 1 gank rotation?
This is more so to place vision. Usually the smokes early on are to place vision. That first smoke, it refreshes pretty fast, so it's not like you're not gonna have it later on down the line. For the first 5 minutes of the game, you don't really use any smokes, so I don't see them wanting to fight this at all. It is just to place some good vision. Though Shergarat, he finds that there is a ward. The question is now, will you get a sentry at the right spot? I think it's not gonna be that hard.
Okay, I mean, what's he doing? Is he's sending the Spirit Bird's just going to go for a little bit of a scout, maybe looking to see. It will get pinged out, like you say. So, it is just going to be the scout and bird, maybe looking to just see where Hydra are being played. If it's safe to come in, maybe go for a rune snatch here.
And away we
meanwhile,
go.
Yep,
Natty
he will get the rune.
Hooray! So it is going to be, well, the damage coming through onto Asgold coming with the Celestial Hammer as well. So Asgold, he's going to have to use those tangos early, get that regen coming through for him. But yeah, no, the 3 rune snatch going the way of X3. So it looks like for now, Shergarat's going to be on his own, just getting the body blocks through from the Burr and the Druid itself. As the rotation comes through from the Dawnbreaker to the top lane, but not TPing, not really fussed about getting there too soon. How does this aggression go, especially with Shergarat and his Burr stepping up, onto Rari? How is this lane going to go here for X3, do you think?
I think the lane should be going pretty solid for the side of X3. Faceless Void isn't that aggressive of a hero. He can be aggressive onto heroes that use their spells. So once you get the time dilation, you're gonna be aggressive. Though the Shadow Shaman position 5 in a lane against the Dawnbreaker, not really a hero that you can trade against. He's pretty slow. He's playing against the Orb of Venom as well. I think this top lane for Hydra, it's a survival lane. Try to survive and get as much farm on the Faceless Void as you can, because you really aren't going to be able to punish Shergarat or Narink even less for sure.
Yeah, and just keeping an eye on every lane again, because the aggression is coming out from the side of Hydra on the side of X3. Nesphia, he's taking a decent amount of punishment as well. Koval had to regen himself back up. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Natty Narwhal, he's got the winning rift coming out. He's got the orb coming out, but Asgold just keeps throwing the harass from the heavenly jump to get on top of Natty Narwhal, and then spamming that arc lightning as well. So, in terms of items here, Puck, Iceman even going to be able to pick up ICQ's courier. So, you know, Natty Narwhal, I assume that's the bottle coming out. You know, he's going to have to keep on top of his regen. Is it going to be just into the Witch's Blade like we usually see for the puck here on the side of X3?
Yeah, Witchblade into Blink. That's the way to go. You need some extra damage if you're X3. You are lacking it, you know, if the Jakiro isn't close enough, Dawnbreaker not close enough, the one that needs to, that is definitely going to be getting the damage and is going to be the puck. So you do want the Witchblade just to be able to bring down some of the tankier heroes on Hydra. Mainly the Mars is going to be your target when you do get that one, because he's going to be the one that is kind of going to be out of position or forward enough that you can get those hits in.
Okay, and on the bottom lane as well, again, Nesphere just trading with the ICQ. You can see SMN every time it's up. He's putting the Liquid Fire either onto the Phoenix on the Mars, just making sure that the harass game is strong here. Nesphere, ICQ once again. Does he want to go? He doesn't have the mana for the spear. He does have a mango if he wants to use it, but it looks like he's just going to back himself away. And, oh, mid lane. Again, the damage coming through. Is he going to try and commit onto this? Asgold got low. The Natino with the bottle charges as well. So both mid laners, they are pretty squishy and pretty susceptible to this damage coming out from both sides. And Asgold, he's taking damage from the creeps as well. The orb flies through just to farm up. Does he want to try and commit here, Puck? He doesn't. Natino, well, not going to jump to the orb with the Waning Rift to follow up. So
the last time Asgold wanted to be super aggressive onto the Ember against the puck, you can't do that. You can't get the right clicks in, so your only source of damage is the Arc Lightning. And Natty Narwhal, he understands that. So if he is poking the Zeus can't go aggressive, and you get him to a spot where he has to use his Heavenly Jump defensively. Once that happens, the puck is completely free to do anything. Though I still doubt there's gonna be any kills happening in the mid lane.
Okay, well, we'll keep checking on as we come back to the top lane. Kicked is going to get pretty darn low. What's the damage? There is going to be the Starbreaker, but Sugarat going to be able to pick it up with the Burr, and now they might be able to go with the Starbreaker onto Rari. Rari, though, does have that time walk. Going to be able to get himself back closer towards the tier 1 tower fairly safely. Bottom lane, though, chases on. ICQ, he might have been caught out. Dual Breath is going to be used here. The Spear, but is it going to be enough damage? It looks like ICQ caught out with the Balance Strike. One more right click coming through from Nesphere. He has the Jingu Mastery. He's going to be slowed down by the Fiery Spirits, but it's not going to be able to completely stop Nesphere as the Monkey King does take down onto the Mars. And now Colville needs to get himself away from this. He's just going to go for the TP. No Ice Path on SMN, so he's not going to be able to get the lockdown, get that kill onto the Phoenix. And once again, there is going to be a dive behind the tier 1 tower. The Shackles comes out, though. Rory, what's he going to be able to do? Kick is going to get really down low. The Burr, it's just effectively a tri-lane on this, and Kicked, he can't stand up to this. The tower trying to do a little bit of damage to the Spirit Burr, but the Kicked, one more right click coming through from the Spirit Burr. Kicked, he's trying to break some ankles. The Hex comes out onto the Burr once again, but the right click's coming through from the Lone Druid himself. Kicked in the trees, trying to run himself away from this, but he just accepts his fate, yeah, and the Burr will make a meal out of the Shadow Shaman.
Yep. Very nice there. As we said, top lane is survival for Hydra, though they're really not making that much survival happen here, because the Shadow Shaman dies twice. The good thing is Rari is getting a ton of CS, but that's gonna change as you get more levels in Bear. The damage does increase quite a lot, and then it's gonna be much easier for Sugarat to get these denies, to get these last hits. And Rari, he should be happy with what he's getting right now, but that's gonna slow down fairly soon. So really good lanes for X3. This is what they need to get, because you know, their lineup, they don't have a lot of catch. They have to be stronger. They have to be able to control an area. If you get weaker with this lineup, it's gonna be very, very tough for you.
Yeah, and you can see the Burr as well. He's got himself the Orb of Corrosion, so he's going to have that little bit of a slow onto Rari. He's going to have the extra damage coming through from the armor reduction as well. Bottom lane, they might try and make another move onto Mars. Is there going to be the setup coming through? The Balance Strike has already been used. Colville was close just in case he could come through. Oh, back to the top lane though. They're going to be able to get the Shackles onto the Lone Druid. Lone Druid, is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? Where are the bastards come through? The Aftershock, and that is going to be the kill from Kicked. Getting a little bit of revenge there, taking down the Burr as well. In the river though, Natty Narwhal could get himself away. The Thunder God's Wrath, he had the phase shift, and Asgold didn't connect with it. But at the bottom lane, the chase comes out. ICQ, the Balance Strike once again, claiming the kill onto the Mars.
Both of the offlaners being left alone. I'd say this hurts Sugarat a lot more, because you don't want to be dying on the Lone Druid. You're still gonna have the arena if you're the Mars, and the poor Phoenix, he gets caught again. X3 with two of their supports being able to invade. This is a big thing for sure. Even when you don't have the Monkey King as your support here, X3. You know, I thought Enrink is gonna be playing the Monkey, but even with the Dawnbreaker, you are strong enough to just run into enemy territory. territory, and we just see how easily they bring down the Phoenix.
Yeah, and I like that the Jakiro's going to go for the early point into the ice path here as well, so it's a 2-on-1 coming up for him. It means that you've got some follow-up to the Boundless Strike coming up for the Monkey King if you do hit that, or like we saw it before with the Phoenix that just TP'd out, you know, from the aggression coming through, because you don't really have... You have a lot of damage over time coming through with the Liquid Fire as well as that Dual Breath, but you don't really have the kill potential without the setup for the ice path if they're just going to TP away. And talking about coming through, there's going to be the Dual Breath onto ICQ. Do we want to go with the Jingu Mastery now as well? It is going to proc onto Netsphere, but I don't think the... No, the Jakiro did have the mana, had a couple of mangoes as well, if he needed to use them.
Rink is back to the top lane. He understands he cannot leave Shergaret alone, especially now when the Chrono is up. Hydra having the Chrono, them getting the arena, I would really like to use all of these spells every single time they can. Don't save them, just use them, get a kill, spread out the map again, then use those spells again once you have them. The arena is going to be coming over. It's a little bit of an easier spell to use, but usually you would love to use it around its use because that is your main damage dealer at this point in the game. So I'm really gonna be looking forward to what Rari does, because it's not easy as a carry to just leave your lane, especially against the lone druid. So Hydra, they're gonna have to think about it. Do they want to rotate the Faceless Void to the mid lane, or is it gonna be a rotation towards the top to just allow the Faceless Void to get a kill? Maybe that one towards the top from the Zeus would be the one that makes most sense.
Yeah, and you can see the Jakiro's hanging close by now as well, getting the Sentry Ward down, or they're going to spot out the Monkey King, or the Monkey King going to be able to leap himself away from this one as the Phoenix going towards those regen boots. Should be the mana boots coming out here for the Zeus. I think he's got himself... Yeah, he's got himself the booster coming through on the courier, so he's going to be able to get those out at level 7. Not going to be the boots of travel just yet here. Top lane, though, did he want to go? The Time Walk's going to come through onto Rink. Is there going to be a bash coming through onto him now as well? Turns around with the Celestial Hammer. The damage will be there onto Rari as the Burr comes in as well. Looking pretty scary with those phase boots. Going to be able to catch up.
Bottom lane.
Ooh, look, it's like we're going to be able to get a little bit of action with the arena coming through now as well. Ashkull does rotate on the Zeus, so we're going to be able to get the kill onto the Monkey King now.
Narwhal is here.
But it looks like, yeah, he does come through. He's going to be able to get that Dream Call off the damage, though. The Phoenix, is it going to be enough to keep them alive? Crobble going to be taking a lot of damage. Have to go for the Icarus dive away, and it's even going to be the rotation coming through from the Faceless Void. Can he get a Time Walk in with the Chronosphere? Time Walk down for the next 8 seconds. Oh, SMN has to run himself away. No boots here on SMN, so he's only going to have that Windlay speed to get himself away from this one as Rari just continues to go, but doesn't want to pop the Chronosphere. Not sure where that puck was, and it wasn't really worth it to him just to get the kill onto the Jakiro.
They do have a ward there on the bottom lane X3. Natty Narwhal, though, did he spot Rari? I think he did, but he sees Natty Narwhal, and that's even more important. He needs to get on top of him. The puck will die easily if he does get him.
Oh, he queues up that Chronosphere. He cancels it mid-animation as the spear will latch to the tree now with the Thunder God's Wrath, but yet puck, as that phase shift came out, he just toggled off.
Lane.
And now in the mid lane, it looks like there's going to be a Shackles coming through. Dawnbreaker, though, only level 5 onto kicked. As we move over onto the top lane, the Burr going on to Koble. Koble, he doesn't have that Icarus dive away. He's just got to do it the old-fashioned way now. Sunray does come out, so he's trying to go for the high ground escape. Going to be able to go up and down once again. Hex in the mid lane onto the Dawnbreaker. Zeus is here. Ashkull even going to get a couple of bottle charges from this now as well. He doesn't have that lightning bolt, but he's going to be able to get one more arc lightning. Maybe, yes. He gets the vision. He gets the kill as Rari gets the kill onto SMN on the bottom lane. So it looks like he might go onto this tier 1 tower as the Burst starts to rip apart the tier 1 tower in the top lane with the help of the Monkey King.
Hydra doing everything right. They're using their spells whenever they can. Now they immediately have the arena once more. They also, they brought 3 cores together. They understand that they're lacking the damage, and using your spells and not getting kills is going to be really bad. Even if you get them only on the supports, it's not going to be too bad, but in the end they did bring down the puck, and that is something that you should be looking to do. The one that's going to be making all the plays for X3 is Natty Narwhal. The other ones are kind of static, so that is why Hydra are putting a lot of emphasis on killing this guy, and it's gonna increase even more, especially with the Chrono. ICQ, though, a little bit too deep.
Yeah, he's a little bit too deep and a little bit too low. He does have the TP, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get himself away from this one, even with the God's Rebuke. It's going to be the Dual Breath coming out. Easy kill there for the 3 heroes that moved around to get them. And Rari was caught out by the root with the Burr, but there wasn't really any follow-up from that, so he was able to get the Time Walk away from danger, and they just shifted targets over to ICQ. ICQ got cleaned up by X3.
Hydra, though, they get a tower. They've lost a tower of their own, but that is to be expected playing against the lone druid. The way that you win this game for Hydra is that every single time you have your chrono, you have your arena, you're getting kills, and with that you're delaying the timing from X3, delaying the timing, and in the end, there's gonna come a time where you just use the chrono and there's no way that X3 heroes are gonna be surviving. We're probably gonna be seeing X3 itemizing so that they survive those things, and even look at the beautiful positioning from Cowell. He's gonna tank this one.
He's going to be able to find out Rory in the Dream Call here.
Use the egg.
Yeah, the egg does come out. He didn't catch him in the waning rift, so Rory is going to survive because Phoenix just didn't get caught out, killed off, or silenced. And really, the Dream Call even coming out for that, and Rory's going to be fine with that. He might be looking for a little bit of regen coming through from the Phoenix with this headdress. Not actually gone for the Mask of Madness, so no lifesteal built in there. The egg is down. Dual Breath won't connect. The Monkey King's not close either. And he's level 8, so he's not going to point into the Wukong Summon just yet. Does hit with a Balance Strike over onto the Phoenix, but what level does he want to pick up the first point into that Wukong Summon? You know, is it going to be around the level 10, or is it when you've got level 11, when you can just move into the second point straight away at level 12?
You have the Echo Saber now, so he could get it into the on the next level. It just comes down to it if you see that you can fight. That is the deal. We are seeing that he is saving a point. He has only 4 points, only 8 points used, and he's level 9. So he understands that his team might need him. Overall, Faceless Void, I wanted to talk about his itemization. Not going for a Mask of Madness means that Rory doesn't want to be doing any damage early on. He's putting a lot of faith in Asgold being able to do all of the damage necessary, and I'm okay with this. You know, Rory, he knows that he's always going to be using the Chrono around as use, and without him he's like, I'm just not gonna be killing anyone. SMN, poor guy has been caught, there is no one to save him, and he'll just burn.
Yeah, he's gonna go down. One more arc line and comes through from Asgold. He gets that kill there, and with the heavily jump, like I say, no escape mechanics on the hero, nothing but to accept his fate as he does get taken away there. Zeus actually gonna go for the Kaya before he starts on that Aghanim Scepter, which it surprises me a little bit, but not majorly, because it means that you are going to be pumping out more damage. It's just that sometimes you do see that mid-Zeus go for the Aghanim Scepter first item.
He wants to be able to destroy the bear. I think that's the case, and he understands that he's the main damage output. The shard just changes the hero so much. You start dishing out so much damage, and then these tanky heroes, Dawnbreaker, Lone Druid, when he uses the ulti, the Monkey King, you know, they just die. There's no way that you're gonna be surviving that damage if you're caught in a stun. So I'm liking that he is going for a shard. It is a very nasty item to play against if you're X3. And right now X3, they're not forcing things to happen. Okay, there it is. They go for smoke. They understand that this is their timing. They have to force Hydra to use spells on the top part of the map. That is what you want to do. You see Hydra, they want to use the Chrono and the Arena on the bottom lane, and they want to use the Egg on the top lane to kind of save the Faceless Void. Of course, you would be fine with a big team fight on the top lane, but let's say if you would get a kill and use your spells on top, you would be losing either the mid lane tower or a lot of damage on your tier 2 on top. So that's why you're seeing X3 just constantly stay in this top part of the map.
Well, the snakes are going to be dropped into the mid lane. It looks like the Lone Druid and his Burr are just going to carry on pushing on to the tier 2, maybe getting a little bit with the Mask of Madness on the Burr as well. Going to be able to right-click this one's down, but the fortification does come out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, do they want to try and go? And Ring's going to be spotted out. The Ice Path doesn't actually connect here. Rory again has that Chronosphere up if he wants to try and go for this, with the Serpent Wards being down as well. This tier 1 tower should go down. Are they going to try and protect this? The Celestial Hammer is just going to be thrown out, but it might actually be a feint, as it looks like ICQ, he does have the blink. He's going to be able to get the arena up, but the Bird's going to be caught on the outside. The road has come through though. Does he want to try and go for that spear once again? Chuggerat going to be pinned to the side of the arena, and the Burr is going to be once again mobile. Solar Guardian comes through. Asgold though could have been a little bit of a trap as the shackles onto the Lone Druid. Lone Druid, he might even go down. The Phoenix going to be able to get a really nice Sun Ray coming through. He get the kill onto the Dawnbreaker though. The arena comes out, and it's going to be the Wukong Savan that takes over in that little area. Shigarat, can he get his Burr away from this? Trying to run away, but like you say, the Zeus doing a whole lot of damage coming through with that the shard that was picked up. Now SMN on the high ground. He's got the vision down, so he knows just to back himself away.
cool play from X3. They did force out the Arena from the Mars in the top lane, but ideally you would have liked at least one more ulti to go down the Chrono. Ideally, the Egg is your second best, of course, but they don't manage to do it. So with Hydra still having the Egg, still having the Chrono, X3 cannot push down the mid lane, so they're gonna have to repeat this move. The problem is every single time that you're repeating this move, your mid lane is gonna get pushed in further and further, especially now with the tower being down. So this is gonna give a chance for Kick to get some pickoffs. That's why he's going for a blink, because he knows it's not about staying in position, it's about catching X3 out of position when they don't have any help on the way.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to smoke up. They do see the puck here with the ward, so are they going to be able to get it onto Natty Narwhal? Natty Narwhal is going to be able to get a phase shift away, though. The Chronosphere, no, it comes out a little bit too short, and Natty was just away from that. Rari, 145 seconds on that Chronosphere down. But I suppose at least he gets the camp, which, silver linings and all that.
Yep, it's not like they would have stayed in place anyways and waited for death, you know, so, and the, Rari just uses that on them. You're seeing that he's very trigger happy to go for that one in the enemy jungle, just a little bit off the mark, and they had perfect vision of the puck. I think that was a mistake from Hydra to just go super hard on that one, but they did catch a Rink on the bottom lane, and this is perfect. You don't want to allow the Dawnbreaker to just push out all the time.
Yeah,
Osius has been caught.
I think he'll be able to do the damage onto him. Asgold here, he will get caught out. He's going to be killed off as well. And yeah, well, you got to trade, you know, Jakiro goes down at least, but with Nesphia moving himself around, the balance strike just comes through. Sugar able to catch up with the Burr and those phase boots, and it was just an easy route onto Asgold. And again, when he can't heavily jump himself away, he is just food for the Burr.
Oh, Rari might be in trouble. Natty Narwhal, though, coming to the high ground.
The Hex comes out now as well. They're going to be able to get down those Serpent Wards. Is he going to be able to get the Shackles off? He's not going to be able to. Wukong's command is going to use the Solar Guardian. Comes out now as well. He's looking, but he's been leashed up by the Dream Coil, so he's not going to be able to get a Time Walk away here, Rari. And this might even be the Serpent Wards being cleaned up by Natty Narwhal for a little bit of extra bonus gold.
Okay, X3, they have found an opening. The spells have been used. Oh, what a roar on the top lane, stopping the dive, and that's gonna be another one. This is the thing. When Hydra don't have that Chrono, if the Chrono is used and doesn't get a kill, especially, you know, yeah, they wanted to use it on the bottom part of the map, but they missed it, so it's pretty much the same as if it was used on top for like one kill. So immediately X3 starts running around the map. With the mid lane opening, now they have a chance. This is the timing for X3 to use the puck and his strength to get multiple kills. Also, it's the downtime when the Faceless Void doesn't have a BKB. So I think Hydra, right now, there is a chance that they get pulled into his let's farm the BKB on the Faceless Void, and they just get caught over and over again. So what I would like to see from them is smoke up and take an area of the map. Ideally, you go and fight on the top lane, you get a few big kills, and you play sufficient, then you disperse. That is gonna give you the BKB on the Void. We'll see if they're gonna be a bit more greedy. The Rari, you know, he's only 400 gold away, so maybe it's not as greedy as I thought.
Yeah, he's going to be able to move himself around again. The Time Walk as well as the Bullwhip, it gives him that movement speed and that gap close just to get around from the camps to the lane, back to the camps where he needs it. Like you say, he's now only 200 gold away. Has to walk back up the Dragon Scale, but you know, he's only going to be 200 gold away from completing that BKB. The issue is, though, if you look at Shagara, the Burr's going to have a Desolator. You know, he's got the Mask of Madness coming out anyway, so it's going to be a lot of physical right-click damage coming through. And with the Wukong Saman being up in the next few seconds as well, 18 seconds away from this, if X3 get a pick, you know, that's going to be a quick tower pick, maybe even a quick Roshan if they fight around that area. So Hydra, does it just... They have to be perfect, right, in this next fight to make sure they don't give anything away?
They have to, the thing is, Hydra might get a bit greedy in situations like this with a lineup that relies heavily on teamfight. You can be greedy in terms of we have to get more out of this teamfight. If I was Hydra, I'd just be going around the map using the arena on pickoffs on supports and then saving the Chrono for a big teamfight. Because if you're just saving all of those spells for one teamfight in particular and it goes bad, for the next 2 minutes, you're gonna be completely destroyed. You're gonna be hunted down wherever you turn. And you know, we talked about Kicked's Blink Dagger as well. 5 minutes ago, I would be like, okay, this is a perfect item. Now, with the way that the map is being controlled by X3, it's not easy for him to use it. So right now, he doesn't feel good having this one. He'd rather have the Ether Lens for the next fight than have his BKB, because it might be a 5 versus 5 engagement.
Oh yeah, they might be able to get the catch out onto the Zeus as well. Diving behind that tier 2 tower, they're going to be able to get onto Asgold. The Sunray is going to come through. Is going to be routed by the Burr as well. The Arena comes through. It's only going to catch onto the Burr. And now, well, they've got that
they got the
supernova
Monkey
off.
King.
They've caught out the Monkey King. There is going to be the Solar Guardian coming through, but I think the Sun is a little bit stronger. It does blow up, explodes the get to, and now the Chronosphere catches up. It gets him on just the edge of it now. They're going to be able to take down the Burr as well as the Lone Druid. And he's going to be able to, no, Shigarat's not going to be able to get himself away from this one. He's going to be slowly but surely ticked down. This is going to be, I said they needed to be perfect, and this was pretty much perfect here from the side of Hydra.
Yep, it is perfect, especially if you do get the Roche as well, which is most likely going to happen. Puck is the best one to survive to delay this, but you are playing against the Shadow Shaman, mind you. Okay, they don't go in. They don't have the Mass Serpent Wars. They don't want to. They don't want to push it. No reason to do so. Push out the waves, and then this Blink Dagger of the Shadow Shaman comes into play. Right now, the idea for Hydra is get a pick off around the map, because you're not gonna be able to team fight for a very long time. But X3, they had an idea there. They dove. They knew that the enemies don't want to fight full on the top lane, but when the egg comes out like that, breaks the tree for the Monkey King, and then you even bring up a bonus there to die with him, then Hydra are gonna strike with everything they have. So they smelled blood, and they followed it up until the end. Very nice response from Hydra. Now it just comes down to it. How much will X3 give to this Shadow Shaman, or will they just walk into the door? This is a smart move from X3, because they know that Hydra can't fight any longer.
Yeah, and Hydra did see that Roche being started by the wall just outside of the pit that was dewarded, but it looks like they're going to be fine giving up all the back lines. They're going to be able to get the jump right on. The Hex comes out into Dawnbreaker. There will be the TP coming through from the Puck, but Puck, Natty Noah is going to be able to get the silence off, and Rink can he get himself away from this one. The dive comes through from the Phoenix. Celestial Hammer going to be enough to keep him alive. No, Asgold, he gets the kill. It's going to be a trade support for support. Natty Noah, though, wants to carry on going. To time dilation, I think it actually ticked onto the Puck. The Puck, though, with that long...
He's in trouble.
Oh, wait, the Arena! Oh, Waning Rift saves his life, so Nesphere will still be able to pick up the Aegis, though. It looks like Hydra not too bothered about that. They're going to be able to get a pick onto the Dawnbreaker, maybe even set up onto this tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. But if it's going to be a tier 2 tower for a tier 2 tower race, Shagarat's going to be coming through, and the Spirit Burr going to be doing so much damage with the Desolator onto this tower. Look at how quickly, even with the fortification, should still win the trade race, though.
Well, in the mid lane, Nesphere used the BKB. ICQ just used the God's Rebuke, and he got afraid that he was going to be losing the Aegis. You don't want that advantage to go away from you. So they're going to try to go for RE. He has a BKB, so should we find any Narwhal?
Narwhal, yeah, he's going to try and heal himself up with the Time Locks. Time Dilation comes out of the Chronosphere once again, but it will be the Thunder God's Wrath to clean that one up, and now Rory will be able to get the BKB TP out, and it looks like Phoenix. Does he just go in the trees? Yeah, there is going to be the Vision of the Balance Strike. Oh, it comes out just at the last second of Koval. He's going to be the Sacrificial Lamb. But it's still going to be maybe they might even be able to get SMN. SMN is invis. He's going to be revealed now as well. Was that lightning bolt? The ward does go down. They're going to be able to see SMN. Askel's going to go away. He moves himself out of the Ice Path range here with the Heavenly Drum. And there is going to be the rotation come through. The Hex onto the Bird. They get the Shackles catches with the Serpent Walls now as well. The Solar Guardian does come out with the Spear. It's going to be too much damage. They take down the Lone Druid once again, and Rink goes down. Once again, SMN going to be way too close to follow as well. He's trying to get himself out of there. He's trying to do what he can, but he's still going to die, even with that Glimmer Cape. The reveal coming through from the Zeus. Just too much for him to get himself away from.
Oh, X3, without the Puck, you cannot hunt anything. Even with Hydra whipping the Chrono completely, they still get the kill on the Puck. And if there's no Puck, X3, they have no catch. You really cannot be running towards the Zeus. The idea of their lineup is to control an area, and then if the enemies run in, the bear just rips them apart. If the bear is running towards the Zeus, he's just gonna be able to heavenly jump, slow him down, and eventually even kill the Spirit Bear. And we just see that his team has so much to react. The blink on the Mars, the blink on the Shadow Shaman. You're always gonna be there in time. So X3, you know, I like the places on the map that they're playing. Just a few small mistakes there will cost them quite a lot. Hydra are getting to a point when they're gonna be able to kill anyone inside of the Chrono, despite Dawnbreaker being really close to the Ag Scepter. I'm you know, Faces Void, he will have the Manta. He'll this is just gonna be so tough for X3 to deal with. They had such a good start, especially with that Chrono missing on the Puck, and now they They just dropped the ball with that chase on the Zeus. They had everything they need, to be honest.
They might even get another kill onto the Dawnbreaker now as well. The Celestial Hammer comes out. It's going to be the blinking from ICQ. Slow down. But the Arena comes through. And again, yeah, no Dawnbreaker BKB. So they get in with the Sunray, the damage, the Hex. They just have the control. ICQ, really good pick off the onto the Dawnbreaker. Which, again, there's going to be a double damage rune, which the Faceless Void should be able to see as he moves himself through the river. And this should just open up the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane here for the side of Hydra.
Yep, for sure. That is a tier 2 X3 now. They are controlling the area. Finally, they're doing exactly what they need. Hopefully, there aren't any more chases on the Zeus. They can force the high ground here and force the people back, but you can't go super aggressive, and that is exactly what they did.
Look at that, the Lone Druid just absolutely melts. The double damage coming through from Rory as well as the Quicksilver Amulet, so give him that extra attack speed, that extra speed that he needs to get on top. And now the Aegis is going to be used. The Monkey King, can he get himself away from this when he pops his BKB? But the right is coming through. Rory's going to be able to get the bash onto the Monkey King. The Monkey King mid-balance strike, not going to be able to get it off. The Solar Guardian comes in from the ring, but it looks like it's just putting himself into danger once again. The back lines, well, the Macropire has been used here, but SMN just gives his position away. Nazi Narwhal's going to go down. It looks like it might be a full no SMN with a TP away, so not a full 5-man wipe coming through, but still a good cleanup there from the side of Hydra.
Okay, I didn't think it was gonna be this bad in terms of killing the Lone Druid. He popped the true form, but he didn't get to a point where it's gonna he's gonna turn into the big bad bear and have more HP. But even if that had happened, he still would have died. There's no way. So you know, I think I even underestimated Hydra's draft a little bit against the Lone Druid in particular, and X3 they definitely did so. Because they picked this one up into the Zeus, and now we're seeing why you shouldn't be doing that.
The Roar comes out, just quick clutch Roar there to stop ICQ from being able to get the spear back. Shagrat, he does get the true form out, but they might be able to go into the burn now as well. There is going to be the Time Walk in. Just on top, Shagrat, the root comes through, but he pops that Mantis Star, the Boundless Strike as well. Faceless Void needs to get himself away from this one. The Sunray trying to keep himself healthy. This is going to be the spear, trying to pin back, but that will be Rory going down. 80 seconds, Wukong's Man comes out. No one else caught. On top of that though, there's going to be the Serpent Wards doing a little bit of damage, being spread out. Are they going to be able to get the catch out? The Dream Call is available, but it looks like everybody on the side of Hydra are going to be away from this. Asgold even down towards the tier, the bottom lane, pushing out again the creeps to put pressure onto the tier 3 tower, and he has that Aghanim Scepter up now. He's going to be able to go towards another Octarine. It looks like Zeus just has to back himself away. Maybe look, he's not got the TP for the next 18 seconds, and I like this as well.
He's in trouble.
They get the scan off. So they see that there is somebody about here, and you can see him just hiding himself in the trees. But the top lane, it looks like kicked. Just going to go for that TP away. No ice path to stop it yet. Out of vision with that blink dagger. Jakiro not able to catch up, and kicked will be able to get himself away from that.
I thought they were going to be diving the Zeus until the end. They knew that he TP'd on the bottom lane quite lately, and they could have for sure ran him down, but you know, they stopped at some point. They saw that Asgold was going back. I think they definitely had an opportunity to run him down there. Just got a little bit scared there on X3. Going deep like that, it's never gonna feel good, but it was the right play for sure. Still, you know, Asgold continuing to survive every single time that he sees a spot that he can push out. He's immediately running towards there, and you know, Hydra, they got a little bit over aggressive. They think they can do enough damage without the Zeus. That just isn't the case. Asgold needs to be part of this fight. Nimbus just isn't enough. He needs to be there and actually do the damage with the static field.
Well, look at the damage he's going to be doing now. Just straight up buys the E-Blade. And Zeus, he's going to be looking for it. They might be able to get the Arena comes out now as well. Nesfree's got that BKB going. No, they're going to be able to pop the BKB onto the Mars. They have the damage to take down the back lines. It looks like the Phoenix might go down. He's not going to be able to get the Supernova off, but they get the catch with the Chronosphere onto the Dawnbreaker as well as the Puck. The Puck just absolutely melts. And again, Asgold able to claim up at least one of those kills. SMN inside his own Macropire. Do they have the chase? The Glimmer Cape's going to be coming out now as well, but the Fade from the Invis, it will be there. They might be able to go even further. Shagrat, the Mantis Star is going to be used. SMN, backlines, Monkey King, BKB here for the Faceless Void, but the damage coming through. They are going to be able to get the kill onto the Mars. Rory though, time walks himself up. SMM will go down. Balance strike comes aggressive, out, but 1 second on the time walk. Rory even going to be able to guard out this arcane rune here for the Zeus. So Zeus might even turn back onto this. Both teams only have 2 heroes alive, but pound for pound, Hydra's 2 heroes are just being so much more effective than the heroes on X3.
Yeah, I have to say, X3 though, they're taking decent fights. Most of these fights are happening because Hydra, we again come back to the to the point that all of us Dota players can relate with. You want to crush your opponent. And Hydra, that's why they're running in constantly. They don't really need to do this because if you take this slowly, push out the lane slowly, at some point you will get a catch. And there it is. The catch has happened on the Lone Druid.
I like that as well. They get the shackles onto the bird while the Hex came out onto the Lone Druid, so they were able to control it both. Make sure there was no interruptions though. Once again, Rari getting another kill onto the Lone Druid.
This is why I think Hydra, they don't really have to rush it. They don't really have to run into the enemy high grounds. They're already out of the ropes. They've gotten out of the part of the game where you're gonna be feeling bad about it after 30 minutes. All of their heroes now start dealing a massive amount of damage, and whoever is caught in the chrono, we saw even the Puck, they're using the perfect phase shift, 3.25 seconds of the chrono, he was untouched, and he died in less than a second. So that just goes to show in what kind of a situation X3 are right now. I think you need to start itemizing to survive the chrono. The Aeon discs come to mind. The Puck is though thinking about the BKB. I guess if you are BKB'd inside of the chrono, you will live, but it's not gonna help you too much against the Shadow Shaman. And maybe BKB and the Lincoln Sphere might be better than the Aeon disc in particular in this game.
Yeah, and the big man is going to be respawning now as well. Kicked inside the pit, going to scout this one out. Even the Shadow Shaman's going towards his own BKB, not too far away from it here. And this is going to be the shards. Who do you give the shards over to? Because Faceless Void already has his. So do you want to give it over to the Mars? Does Zeus have his? Yeah, Zeus has his. So is this the Mars picking up the shards next, do you think?
Shadow Shaman is good as well. I'd give it to the Shadow Shaman. Come on. Have some respect for his support.
Nope.
No.
It is going to be the Mars. They might be able to find a jump onto the Mars as well as the Shadow Shaman, though the Ice Path is going to miss. They get the silence onto the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman will go down the chase now onto the Mars. So you want to pop that BKB, maybe turn around for the arena. The arena's going to come through. Nasfir has his own BKB out. Asgold's going to try and do what he can after this BKB was up the backlines, though. They catch out the Dawnbreaker. Do they have the BKB on the Faceless Void? They do. Even with this Aegis going as well, they might be able to get the Manta Style popped. And can he get himself away from this? Can he keep this alive, this Aegis going? Yeah, Rari going to be able to turn around. Shagrat's Burr is going to get into so much trouble. The Spear, he comes out into Lone Druid himself now as well with the Sunray going. They're going to be able to keep the Faceless Void alive. This is going to be the Solo Guardian as well. Shagrat, can he get himself away from this? The Phoenix Egg will pop. They go even further on, so it's going to be slowed down by the Bullwhip. And Shagrat, is he going to go down? And he will go down. The Spear finishes the job now. Rari, he's not afraid. He's got 4 minutes on this Aegis. The backlines are. Dreamcoat comes out, but now as he put himself in danger, the E-Blade damage coming through, it's not going to be enough to finish the job. There is going to be the massive time walk forwards, though. No mana on the Faceless Void for that Chronosphere. They get the catch anyway.
Yeah, Asgold used the Nimbus at a place where the Puck would have to land with his jaunt, and then after that the ulti from the Zeus would come out. So you had to stay there if you were the Puck. I don't know. I really don't know what X3 needs to do to win a fight right now. They got a bashes on the Void at perfect timings. They just can't do the damage. They don't have enough damage. They don't have enough survivability. That was a full Solar Guardian. Okay, they're gonna kill the Phoenix. No, not even that. Come on, give them something, Hydra.
And the Nimbus, it interrupts the TP from Nesphia. And ICQ picks himself up another kill. There's going to be a double damage room scouted out in the river. I think Faceless Void's a little bit too busy hitting creeps and towers to go for this. So Mars might be the one to pick it up, move himself towards that tier 2 as well. Yeah, ICQ picks this one up. And with 64 seconds on the Monkey King, is this the window that Hydra need here to go to the high ground?
You know when the Monkey King asks, "Where's my cloud?" I don't think that he's gonna be doing that any longer because we know who controls the weather here, and definitely not nice for him. Look at Rari, what he's doing. He definitely doesn't need to do this, but even with mistakes like that, it's still not gonna change the outcome of the game. That is what is so sad for X3 right now.
Solar Guardian comes out on top of the Chronosphere, though. The arena will be there as well to get on top of the Laundry. Laundry is just going to be cleaned up and killed off, it looks like, in front of his own Ancient Yan. Asgold's going to be the one to get the kill in the ring. Just has to back himself away. They have the control onto the Faceless Void. Faceless Void, though, holding that Manta Style, holding the BKB. They're going to be able to go into the tier 3s. And again, Monkey King dead for the next 15 seconds. They've got the Lone Druid down for the next 57. Puck down for 66. It might just even be tier 4s that they try and go for here on the side of Hydra.
I think it's finally official. X3 are the weakest team of the Division 2 DPC in the Eastern Europe. They just can't fight Hydra. In every point, the draft, the laning phase, the understanding of your draft, they're just not as good as some of these other teams. Hopefully, that's not going to be the case in the seasons to come.
Yeah, and ICQ, I mean, it's still good experience here for X3 to take into the next season, the next qualifiers. But Hydra, you had to look in the playoffs last season, in Season 1 as well, that they were one of the strongest teams. You know, they were top 4 in Season 1. They were top 3 in the playoffs, the Season 2 playoffs. So X3, I'm not surprised that they did struggle. And Hydra, maybe a little bit slow off the mark this season, but they are showing the quality and why they deserve to be up there in the table coming through later on into the season.
Yeah, Hydra haven't had the best run, but I don't think this was really a test for them. You know, especially in this game number 2, I think there was like maybe 2 minutes in this game from minute 18 to minute 20 where X3 looked like they were doing something, but every single time they stop, they don't capitalize on it. The thing about Dota is you have to make the game constantly flow and kind of make moves that are gonna benefit your team. X3, they get 2-3 moves and then they stop. Gives Hydra the time to regroup, gives Hydra the time to go back into this one. So when in a 36-minute game you kind of get 2 minutes of things going your way, it's a showing that you're the weaker team in probably every aspect. You know, as I mentioned, the draft, the execution of Hydra was not that great today, so that's why X3 even got to that point. You know, Hydra in the previous game, ICQ really missing those Mars spears. This time he redeemed himself, but then Rory comes in with 2 completely whipped Chronos, you know, and still you get the win. And those spells on Hydra, they should have been punished so much more when you whip them completely. And X3, they just didn't get much going their way. But as you mentioned, it is a really good experience for them. These boys, they've shown heart. They won games against some teams, so they definitely have potential. Hopefully, they're gonna be kind of taking care of their talent and going into the next season. I don't want to write them off just yet, but the series that they have left are just gonna be way too tough.
Yeah, so we are going to be taking a break, guys. It might be a little bit of a longer break because we got through that in 2. So the schedule for the next game is, I'm pretty sure, 40 minutes away? Question mark.
37. Yeah, but you're right. You're definitely right.
Yeah, and so that's going to be Team Spirit versus Rune Eaters with Ares and Lizard. And then after that, myself and Hurry Freak will be back for the final game of the day, which is going to be Bet Boom versus One Move in the Eastern European Division. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break just to see if any of the players on the side of Hydra want to do an interview. If not, we'll just throw it to a longer break, and then we'll be back with the next series of the day, which will be Team Spirit versus Rune Eaters. So we'll see you guys either in about 5 minutes or in about 40 minutes. So hang on and just keep the stream up. But again, Hurry Freak, thank you for this early game, and I'll be seeing you in about 4 hours, I want to say. Just under? 3.5?
Yeah, something along those lines, unless the next series just goes ham with 3 90-minute games. You know, that is something that we are looking forward to. So maybe we do have a bit of a bigger break for you and me.
Yeah, and I'm being told by production there won't be an interview, or at least I don't think there's going to be an interview. So we'll keep the stream up until the next series is going to start, guys. Yeah, it's going to be Ares and Lizard who are going to be taking that next game with the full panel and everything. So we'll see you in the late evening, late afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the games, and we'll see you then.